in front of the old house. As y'all can see, the damage and everything that is done. But yes, I have to go back inside and finish packing some things to go to the new house. But how y'all doing? I know I'm a little bit behind. Okay, so that's neither here nor there. I'm not gonna keep y'all, but that was an exercise. I need to catch my breath for a minute. I had to walk all the way over here. Me and my brother are still trying to find someone to help us get some of the furniture out of where he's currently at, and then myself as well too. Okay, so let's just get right into it. Did y'all catch yesterday's interview with Case? That was amazing. We did over 2 hours. It was a great interview and conversation. Y'all need to go and check that out. All right. So let's get right into it. Yesterday, Orange Piggy, that fat fuck, did exactly what we expected him to do. Orange Piggy pushed debunk election lies and demands the SAVE Act. Now, the SAVE Act, what you asked, what that would do is basically disenfranchise black voters and mainly women. The Save America Act. That's what that would do. hmm There was no evidence that any entity, foreign or domestic, manipulated votes or registration records or in any way altered the outcome of the 2020 race. You have no proof, you have no evidence. And we're going to be debunking this again at 4 p.m. today with Andre Hollins. He claimed that China obtained 220 million U.S. voter files and accused intelligence officials, whom he termed the deep state. See, remember in Georgia, the two women when Rudy Giuliani had to pay those two women because he accused them of that as well too? See, when Donald Trump goes directly after you, he is picking his target. And see, Adam Kinzinger said he does shit like that. He singles you out. This piece of shit doesn't plan on leaving office anytime soon, y'all. And that's as real as it gets. I have been ringing the alarm bell, sounding the alarm bell off, and people have been continuously ignoring it. Donald Trump has no intentions or plans whatsoever to leave office. Hear me when I tell you, listen to me loud and clear. The motherfucker, the Orange Piggy, does not plan on leaving office. He also announced his regime would declassify intelligence documents, supposedly backing his claims. This is what authoritarian leaders do. They are controlling information, using state media, stifling independent journalism, gerrymandering, purging voter rolls, and also direct manipulation. That's exactly what he did yesterday. By presenting theoretical vulnerabilities. Shout outs to my girl, Chef Sky. Good morning, y'all. Y'all are seeing me fresh first thing in the morning, all sweaty, real, and raw. I just got through pushing this walker, and I got to walk back over there to the new place as well, too. I might be able to give y'all a glimpse. I might not because I have to box up and gather a few things. I'm at the old house currently, and as you can see, this is what the fire did. You see the damage. Attempted intrusions and altered votes as part of the same threat. He falsely framed, revived the Save America Act. On Wednesday, the House Republicans unveiled a budget proposal that would provide $10 billion in incentives for states to adopt citizenship verification and voter identification requirements. Now, Republicans hope to avoid the Senate's 60 vote threshold, although non budgetary provisions could still be removed. Yes, now would be the great time to watch independent media, but Donald Trump and Republicans are stifling independent media. So I need y'all to be sharing my lives. I need y'all to be reposting because the same way they basically restricted me on Instagram because of what I said about Miss Megyn Kelly, and I make no apologies for it. I don't apologize for that because the bitch is racist. I can't go live. But on YouTube, I have a little bit more leverage. So I need y'all to be reposting, not just on here, but on Instagram. Keep pushing that shit out in the algorithm because they are stifling. What they're doing is called quelling dissent. When you can censor people who are speaking in opposition of you and your regime, You can get out here and use propaganda. And that's what Fox News basically pushed last night, as Chef Scott said, the circus. I told y'all he was going to do some dumbass shit like that. The motherfucker cannot handle that he lost. You lost 2020. You lost in Georgia. You had 3 recounts. You phoned Brad Raffensperger and you told him to find you 11,000 votes. Let's not forget about that. The orange piece of shit, y'all, when I tell you November 3rd gets here, the motherfucker, yes, and he wants to take away the license and the broadcasting license of networks ABC and NBC because they didn't air your speech. I don't blame him. But we all know that they're up under that umbrella, that Warner Brothers Paramount umbrella, Viacom, all of that. ABC, 60 Minutes, Barry Weisner, who's firing journalists who actually give accurate reporting. Yeah, he wants to do away with channels 2 and 4 because they refuse to air his goddamn lies. He's still pushing these lies ahead of the midterms. November 3rd is not even here yet, and he's already pushing the goddamn lie that the election, what Republicans are doing is questioning election integrity, leaving it open and in a very vulnerable space where people can say, hey, elections aren't free and fair. They're not. So when you can do that and you have his base who is already a cult of personality, they will go out here and they will believe this shit. Guess what can happen? And this is what I'm guessing what will happen. January 6, 2026 could possibly happen. Because see, he riled his base up January 6, 2021 into believing that the election was stolen from him. And we saw them go and storm the Capitol, get into the then House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's office, get up and put their feet on the desk, smear shit and urine all over the place, scaling the wall. Michael Fanone almost lost his life. Other officers, 7 died as a result of that. And he's out here pushing false claims that this election was stolen from him when it was a free and fair election. You tried to have your vice president unalived, Mike Pence. They literally had a Gillum outside saying H-A-N-G Mike Pence. Your vice president because he did what was right. I don't agree with him either. He's also a white Christian nationalist. He's one of them. He's more so like a, how can I say it? Russ Voigt is also a white Christian nationalist. And y'all saw the clip of Ayanna Pressley checking him to his fucking face. And now you got his Attorney General, Todd Blanche, saying, hey, I am openly not going to listen to the rule of law. I am openly not going to listen to the Constitution or the American people. I am going to be Donald Trump's personal attorney. And if you can't even look the survivors of Epstein directly in their face the same way Pam Bondi couldn't, that tells us a lot about you. And y'all know every goddamn thing that I'm saying is right. The same way that I'm going off this morning, I woke up with hell in me about this motherfucker getting out here, putting these lies out here. I'm going to be going off this afternoon at 4 p.m. with Andre Hollins. Enough is enough with the fuck shit. Dude, you lost. And your tiny little fragile ego cannot accept defeat. All of you Republicans can. Y'all are a bunch of old white men and women that are sitting up here grasping for power, to hold on to power. Well, we, the American people, will rise up and revolt, and we will turn this bitch inside out. Where did I put my glasses? They got to be somewhere in here. But exactly my point. When you can get out here and you can push a lie that's not even fucking true, we got a problem. We got a major problem. Where are my glasses, y'all? I think glasses might have dropped somewhere. But yeah, you're upset because they didn't air your goddamn speech. Oh, they in my purse. I got it. But yes, and I'm also gonna walk y'all around my house so I can show y'all how much the damage the fire did. This was my father's room right here. Y'all see that? It really took out the roof. So people won't say, oh, she's doing this for clout. She's doing this for this. No, look up. See right there? That was also a part of my father's room. See the roof right there? Oh no, I'm not in yeah, I know. I'm in South Carolina. Get your ass out my yard. This was my room. Y'all can tell I'm a black person. These stray cats coming around here. That's the damage the fire did. That was my brother's room. But yeah. Oh yeah, I'm in Carolina. I'm not near Canada. But in a few, I'm gonna go inside and start packing some things to go to the new house. I was just taking some clothes and stuff over there from my mom. But like I was saying though, this motherfucker's out of control. And now the Republicans, now y'all want to call for the 25th Amendment? Chef Scott, they calling for the 25th Amendment, y'all. Now y'all want to call for the 25th Amendment? Why now? Because the motherfucker is out of control and y'all have no way to control him. Y'all should have been wielding his power. But y'all are such fucking cowards. And you're pathetic. That's what you are. Y'all should have been wielding his power. Let's see how far they'll take it. I mean, it's ridiculous to me that y'all are terrified of an 80-year-old fucking draft dodger that shits his diapers and wears orange fucking makeup. I'm only 32 years old and I have way more heart than y'all old motherfuckers that's been in Congress and Senate for a long time. And Susan Collins, bitch, don't try us like that ever again. Let that be your final warning. Because the next time you get out here and you chastise the Democrats or people because they're speaking up against what the Supreme Court, the majority 6, when these are the bitches that put this big ass orange bitch baby in power. They granted him immunity. Shut the fuck up. Don't say nothing, Susan Collins. Oh, you're concerned about what Donald Trump is doing. You and Lisa Murkowski, y'all are always concerned. But until it hits your doorstep, we don't want to hear not near single peep out of you. Because you're going to be doing the same thing that homegirl Marjorie Taylor Greene is doing out here right now. Y'all saw how fast she changed her tune? She's a woman scorned because Donald Trump didn't want to back her running for election. Let me tell y'all white bitches something real quick. You're women, and they will never put a pussy in power. The same way they will never put a black woman in power. Y'all ain't ready for that. Let's really talk about it. Deshaun said, Miss Stevie, why don't you run for president? Y'all ain't ready for a black trans woman that's young, able-bodied, beautiful, intelligent. Because I'm all of those things. I hit all of the boxes and I know my shit and I know what I'm talking about like the back of my hand. And I give you actual, true, real reporting. Not even licensed as a journalist, because I spend time doing research thoroughly before I put anything out there. And if it's not true, I will let y'all know. But y'all would have a hizzy fit if a black trans woman, 32 years old from South Carolina, who knows her shit, who knows politics, not just fashion, and can give y'all looks and body and face and all of those things. And I'm popping my shit because you know it's true. Y'all wouldn't be ready for that. And speaking of Obama, don't y'all need to stop asking Michelle Obama if she gonna run for president. She already told y'all ain't ready for a woman and no sort of color, white nor black. And to the white women out here that are enabling, like Amy Coney Barrett, oh, she's in threat, she's in fear of her life. They're having to amp up security. They need more funding for security. You put yourself in that position, homegirl. You let yourself be the face and the woman to help out white supremacists. And you won yourself, and you're also raising and you've adopted Haitian American kids while taking away temporary status citizenship from Haitian Americans. You can't make this shit up, even if you try. Donald Trump is backing the My Pillow guy, Mike Lindell, for what is it, governor? You can't make that shit up either. This is where we're at currently right now. And I didn't want to dive too deep into it with Case, but what Case was saying is absolutely right. America is divided. Did I see the mural of Israel? Oh, I loved it. Chef Scott, when I tell you I was about to DM you or Deshaun, the first thing, Deshaun, I think he sent it to me, and then Juwan Caulfield sent it to me as well too. And I was just like, I love it. Let's make it happen. Make it happen, Iran. But they ain't not trying to jump. I don't know when, but if y'all don't think that these sleeper cells are out here in the United States of America, you got another thing coming. I wouldn't be surprised if somebody from Iran is here in the United States. And then when that news drops, I could be watching Let's Make a Deal. And then the screen goes red and ABC News breaking news hour report comes up. You know the rest. 1940 to 2026, because he was born in the 1940s, which is crazy because it was Jim Crow. What do you think they're turning back the clock to take us back to now? So to the black conservatives out here, Amir, let me talk to your black ass for a minute. I'm sick of your shit. I'm sick of your shit. Do y'all know what Amir Odom did yesterday? And my colleague Bubs to God did a whole live about it. You are out here saying that black people, we need to be more nicer to white people. Yeah, I'll be nice to white people. The ones who are nice with me, that fucks with me. Now, there's some white people out here that I fucks with, that I've had on my show, that are pro-black, that are anti-Trump. But what I'm not about to do is sit up here and glaze over my own oppression with a white person and say, hey, this never happened. Slavery wasn't so bad after all. Because that's what these fucking black conservatives are out here doing. Xavier, Amir Odom, and Rob Smith. Y'all are 3 black gay men, and y'all are conservative. I hope the money is good for you. Selling out your own people. Selling your souls. And as you would say, Amir, the normal gays, the quote-unquote normal gays, you mean like just lesbian, gay, right? You want to exclude T. I'm a part of the letter T, or I, intersex, non-binary, pan, transgender. You'd rather exclude that, asexual. You really need to deal with internalized anti-blackness and your queer phobia. Because as my colleague Bubs the God said in his live yesterday, we know exactly what Harriet Tubman would do with son of a bitches like you. Yes, Chef Sky. His name is Amir Odom, and he's with PragerU. And it's another one that's with PragerU too. His name is Xavier. Xavier is the one that was jumping up and down when Donald Trump had this so-called fucking Orange Piggy had this event at the White House for Black History Month. Knowing good and goddamn well you took out a 5-page spread saying and bring back the death penalty for 5 black and Latino men, and you refuse to rinse the black people, and you're a pedophile and you're a rapist, and you're in the Epstein files, and these women are sitting up here on the stand pouring their hearts out, telling their stories, and you got the Attorney General, Donald Trump's personal attorney, Todd Blanche, saying, hey, I don't give a fuck, I'm going to go on ahead and I'm going to protect him, I'm going to shield him from prosecution. Trust, when the Nuremberg trials comes, it's off with y'all motherfuckers' heads. Y'all will be held accountable. We will be on the other side of Trumpism. because that's what this is. He's putting his name on everything. You want your name on the $100 bill. You want your name on currency. And guess who's footing the bill? Us. That big, posh private jet that he got from the Qatari. Guess who's footing the bill for that? Us. The $60 million monstrosity on the White House lawn that destroyed the White House South lawn. The UFC fight where this motherfucker got up here and called Michelle Obama a man and was spitting up Gerber baby food all over himself when they weighed him on the fucking scale. You know what? Bootsy Sanders, y'all need to check him out here on Instagram. He said the same exact thing about Donald Trump in one of his videos. Everything this motherfucker touches turns to shit. We can't even have healthy vegetables. Y'all know where I'm going with this. The forever chemical, you want that sprayed, making our foods unsafe. This diarrhea bug that's going around. Ebola is back. RFK Jr. is in charge of our health care. Who's America great for? The white and wealthy, the haves. And the rest of us, the working class, are the have-nots. You can't make this shit up, even if you tried. So Amir, the guy and the party that you tried, that you are out here supporting, openly avowing and supporting, they don't give a fuck about your black queer life. And you want to pop all of this shit about Black Lives Matter. It's easy. It's easier said than done. It's self-explanatory. Our lives matter. ICE is out here unaliving us. And not only just us, but POC, people of color. 22 people were SHOT under Donald Trump's regime since he got back in office by ICE. Did you know that 1.7 billion is going to go to them in 2027 to fund them? And you got Foghorn Leghorn out here saying, well, ICE doesn't know how to use body cams. Stop playing in our face. Please stop playing in our face. Our hard-earned taxpaying dollars is going to fund that. That's where our money is going. And you know you can't argue with facts because you know I'm telling the goddamn truth. At the end of the day, this is to line his pockets. The lie that he sat up on television in front of millions of people worldwide and touted this fucking lie that has been proven wrong time and time again tells you exactly what Republicans' game plan is. They are not interested in relinquishing power, and they are willing to grasp onto it and hold on tight to it by any means necessary. Old white men and women, it's time for y'all to go. And Andy Ogles, with your racist ass, you got up here and you talking about you're going to remigrate Zohran Mamdani. Get off his dick. Because at this point, you kind of sus, bro. You stay on Zohran. You want to fuck or something? Sucky, sucky. A bunch of white, mediocre men. And James Tallarico, let me tell you something. You waited all this time to call your supporters out and chastise them for going after Jasmine Crockett, when you could have been came out and make a statement or said something. But you didn't. You waited all this time. After this, I'm going to go home and drop this stuff off at the new house. I might go live and give y'all a tour. I'm going to schedule another live in the house here. But, yeah. You're saying you don't condone what your reporters did. They done did it. Now the damage is done. You, Keith Edwards, Kyle, what's his name? Kyle, I I don't even know, and his wife Cristobal, all of y'all racist white leftists that were out here saying, "Oh, Jasmine is doing too much," and then the person that's close in our circle put out that lie, putting that lie out there that she took money from APAC, and she did not. Yeah, he was forced to make a statement. You should have been said something. And as Paul Lance, who is a white man, Paul for Equality here on YouTube, brilliantly said, white people have not had enough suffering of others. Y'all have not had enough suffering of others until it affects you. Y'all are willing to burn it down if it means to protect white supremacy. And that's exactly what y'all are doing. White people don't want to be comfortable. If it means keeping a black woman who was qualified to help you out of the White House, then shit, we'll burn this country down. And that's exactly what the fuck they're doing. How's your gas prices for you? How's the cost of living? This man would not sign the housing affordability bill when it just went on ahead and passed anyway, because he wants the Save America Act passed. Let me tell you what the Save America Act would do. Y'all know the 19th Amendment granted women the right to vote. That would take away our right to vote. Oops, my bad. With me being trans, y'all consider me as a man. And I'm going to have to start checking some of my family members on that shit too, like for real. The stuff that you used to say, you cannot say. And it's older people down here in South Carolina with the mindset, young man, young sir. No, I'm not a young man and I'm not a sir. I don't look like it. Yep, black people, they don't want black people voting, which is why they're eliminating black districts. Bootsy, Louisiana. Did you get your 600K back, Bootsy? How'd that go for you? How did that go for you, Bootsy? You calling them out. Now you want to sue. This is the party you voted for. A pedophile voting for a pedophile. Let's not forget that Bootsy hired a prostitute to sleep with his then 13-year-old son. And that's not fact. That's not fake. It's fact. You're no different than Blueface saying, "Oh, what's wrong? You gay? You don't like looking at no tail?" We need to talk about the hyper-actualization of young black and brown boys. Because it's sick. Y'all are truly some sick fucks. And you need help. And now you got another pedophile trying to get a pardon from Trump. That's R. Kelly. So y'all running cliques. Bootsy sits up here and supports this kind of shit because he is a misogynist. He is transphobic. He is queerphobic. But I can tell you one person he really wouldn't push back or challenge or give that same energy to, and that is Mike Tyson. Go back and check out that interview. Mike Tyson had you shaking in your fucking kicks, bro. You want your earlobe, right? You want that good earlobe? You knew who not to try, Bootsy. But you can go after Lil Nas X. You can go after Zaya Wade. You can go after T.S. Madison. You can go after an entire group of less than 1% of the population, and that is trans people. Check out the neck, bro. Check out the hands, bro. We're going to be doing that at my pool party. I don't want no trans people, and you kept doubling down on it. Have fun getting your 600K back and have the day you voted for a Bootsy. And now you want to tell people from your city of Louisiana to get out here and vote. When you voted for a rapist, a white supremacist, and you're one yourself. Not a white supremacist because you're not white, you're black, but you're a rapist. And you're transphobic and you're queerphobic just like him. And he not only in that speech last night, he said some things about Obama and bags, and then he said some shit about transgender people. a direct dog whistle to put our lives in danger more than we already are under attack. You've banned us from sports. The Supreme Court kept that in action. Y'all are worried about less than 1% of the fucking population. That is not bothering y'all. Why? Because you got to blame it on somebody. Because the first time this orange piggy motherfucker got in office, what did he do? No, excuse me, the second time. First few weeks he got back in office, what was he doing? Blame Biden. Blame Obama. Blame Kamala. They're not the president, orange piggy. You are. Exactly. He's already paranoid as it is. And if I were you, I would go on ahead and hire that extra security booth. Because word on the curb, as Kaya would say with her transphobic ass, word on the curb is Iran got something on you, baby. So you might want to watch your back, your front, your side, and hire you some extra security. There's only so much Cash Patel can do. And that would be my best suggestion to you. We know your fat orange pig looking ass is sitting somewhere watching comfortably. We don't give no fucks. Yeah, speak about the illegal war that's costing us $100 billion a day. You're out here threatening mass civilization in Iran. The mural was beautiful. I can't wait for it to happen. And I know that's wrong to say, but you deserve every bit of karma that comes to you. You and any other white supremacist. Fuck. And I'm going to stop here because I know this heat going to pick up around 8, close to 9, and I got to push all this stuff back to the house. This is what I got, y'all. That little walker right there. And in the book bag, the rolling book sack. And then I got to get somebody to help me get my bag out the room. Oh, yes, this is the front porch. This is the door we used to get out of from the fire. This is the front porch. I don't want nobody saying, oh, this is for clout. How did it happen? We don't know how the hell it happened. My father opened the door and the entire porch is ablaze. What the fuck do you think? And not to be insensitive, but I'm still traumatized by it. Like, whenever I hear a fire truck or something, that shit traumatizes me. I love you too, Chef Scott. Thank you, girl, for holding it down. I love y'all. Let me go on ahead and try to get some of this stuff on up out the house. Oh, let me show y'all again. Yeah, this is where the fire started. But yeah, something new is coming. The new journey is here. And I'm excited. The new chapter. But we're going to make sure that we protect ourselves. Oh, shit, that's a yellow jacket. I done got stung. What was that? Wednesday? No. No, ma'am. I don't do yellow dress. Bald-headed hornets. I done took down 2 hornets nests at the new house already. Hell no. See what I'm saying? I'm in the country. I'm in South Carolina. Now y'all believe it. This is real raw me in authentic time. No makeup. This is what I look like first thing in the morning. Nothing special. And no filter. No makeup. Y'all will see me this afternoon. And this is because I take care of myself. I exercise every day. I try to drink lots of water. That's why my skin looks like this. No filter, y'all. No filter. Yeah. And the gel braids too, yes. So I will see y'all later this afternoon at 4. Let me go ahead and start packing some things up to take back to the new house. And I might give y'all a little tour or sneak peek. It might be difficult. But one day, y'all. One day. Go back and check out the replay with Case. That was a 2-hour-long show. My aunt was like, you ain't... My God, how long? You looked so pretty yesterday in that pink. Thank you. Thank you, girl. And you know the inspiration. Y'all know who the inspiration was, right? Josephine Baker. That's why I posted that picture of her. Because She was a very voluptuous woman. And one thing I can say about Josephine Baker is that she also, like myself, was a revolutionary. She fought for and stood for what she believed in. And she was so innovative. She was so talented. So I said, you know what? Josephine Baker is the muse. And y'all know I love me some Veronica Lake and Marilyn Monroe. If you look in my story, if it's still there, in the new house, my Marilyn Monroe pictures that my mom got me, one is at the other house where my brother currently is, and one is in our living room at the new house. But matter of fact, I can kind of give y'all a tour of my room. Let me bring this in. It is a mess in there. I'm going to warn y'all ahead of time. Yes, it's a little bit dark too now. Yeah, this is the kitchen. This is our dining area. Excuse me, it's kind of dark in here. I got to be careful where I step, where I go. But I'm going to let y'all see it. Okay, let me switch the cam. This is my room. So, as y'all can see, my accessories, there's a lot of perfumes down there. And on this shelf right here, this is all my Bath and Body Works. Everything is still intact. All I have to do is wipe it. And up top, I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's kind of dark. But yeah, I have a lot more to get out of here. That was my closet. Y'all have seen me wear this piece right here. This is the piece that I wore when I did the interview with Rico King. So I remember that. This is the one that I wore when I did the interview with Andre Joseph. So my pieces of clothing are still good. But let me switch the cam back. All right, I'm back. But this was my room. So I'm going to go ahead and get my head start, get my running in. I still have a lot more to gather up, and I will chat with y'all later, Fashion Dolls. Talk to you soon.